it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, January 13th, 2024. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day with me. I appreciate that. Need a sip of coffee. I'm getting a late start this morning. I live in the Portland, Oregon area. I'm actually just south of the city. And we are having bitter cold for us. I know other places get cold. Our high today is 19, which they said that hasn't been the high. We haven't had that low of a high since the early 90s. And it's snowing and icing out. So I'm a little paranoid about losing power. If you've been with me for a while, you might remember 3 years ago in February, I lost power for 7 days. I was not in this house. I was in an apartment. I was in between, I had sold my previous house and I was house hunting. And 3 years ago, things were very, very hard for buyers. So I just rented an apartment for a few months, and we had a very big ice storm. They said it's like a once in a 40-year ice storm. We probably got, where I lived, we probably got well over an inch of ice. In Portland proper, they got mostly snow. They got like 8 or 9 inches of snow, which for us is a lot. We are not equipped for that type of snow in terms of plows and all of that. So, but where I was, we only got maybe an inch of snow, but the rest was ice, and very strong winds. And so it knocked down a ton of trees and power lines, and I was without power for a long time. So I'm a little paranoid, if I'm being really honest. Those feelings definitely come back to you. Although I keep reminding myself, so back then too, I had most of my stuff was in boxes, right? Because I was just kind of transitioning. So most of my items were in boxes. So I wasn't quite sure, because I had electric heat back then. So we had no heat. No power, no hot water, anything like that. No oven, stove. My stove was electric. So I keep telling myself, you're in a better position because all my stuff is unpacked. I know where the blankets are. I know where all my warm, comfy clothes are. And I have a gas stove now. So I'm still a little paranoid. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. I know a lot of the country are experiencing either heavy snows or, down in the south is getting some wild weather as well. So just stay safe, everyone. You'll see I changed the background a little bit. I kind of transitioned to winter. I kept some of the trees up. I'll show these maybe next week. I'll show them to you close up. This one is Winter Friends Welcome. It is a Stony Creek. It's from a magazine, but you can buy the chart, I think, individually if you go to Stony Creek and type in Winter Friends Welcome. Where those trees are, look at that. That's pretty good thumb work right there. It's supposed to say Welcome Friends. I took that out. Not because I don't want to welcome my friends, but I like the trees. I don't love words a whole lot. So that's that. And I'll show a close up next week. And then this is Winter Birds by Twin Peak Primitives. So I thought those were nice winter additions. And then I still had the snowflake and the trees, a couple of trees, for winter. So we'll keep this up probably till the end of January, and then maybe we'll do a little Valentine's Day thing for a couple weeks and go from there. So classes start on Tuesday. I have Monday off for MLK Day, which is great. And classes start Tuesday, and it's going to be a very busy semester. I'm teaching 2 classes and doing 3 independent studies with individual students. So it's going to be busy, but it's all good. I think I'm ready for class on Tuesday. We'll see. And I don't know, who knows what will happen with the storm. It's really only supposed to be storming today, and then it's still going to be bitter cold. I don't think stuff is going to melt Sunday or Monday. But we're not necessarily supposed to get more. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with classes. But yeah, so away we go with the new semester. Okay, I had one quick question. I had mentioned that my friend Robin of Bird's Eye Stitches and she and I also co-run the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. We are starting Consider the Lilies, which is a heartstring sampling chart. We are starting that in February. Anyone is welcome to join us. This is all Robin's fault, of course, because she really wanted to start it. And so I was talking about that, and Cynthia asked, is there a DMC conversion? Because it does call for specialty threads. And yes, there is a DMC conversion. The only tricky thing about the DMC conversion is that it is on the inside back cover. So if you're looking for it kind of just on the back cover or whatever, I don't know if you have to buy the chart to see the DMC conversion. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking online for it and whatnot. Or I can just give you a snapshot if you're going to buy the chart. I can just give you a snapshot of the DMC conversion if you need that ahead of time. But it's inside on the back page of the chart. All right, let's get into stitching. I have a lot to show you. We have a lot of stitching. Okay, so first up is my 25/7 piece, which is Happy New Year. This is by the Victoria Sampler. And I am right in here on that's Father Time. And I worked a little extra last night and I got that band done. So I'm super excited about that. And here it is. So I finished up, I don't know, all the stitching. All these snowflakes are individual ninja stitches, which I hate doing, like I think most people. I did not carry them. I put in the back stitching, the flag, it's hard to read from a distance, but it says Jan 1 is what it says in the flag. You can't really tell, but the baby has like a Krynic banner around him. And then I did back stitching on the trees, and then the lantern. And the clock. I think I didn't have the clock done. So that is what I did this week. I'm going to work on this another till the 15th, which is so today, tomorrow, and Monday. So 3 more days. So I am going to start. The next band is just going to be a bunch of specialty stitches. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm going to get a start on that. I don't think I'll get it done in 3 days. But, and then I'm going to switch my 25/7 piece, and I'll talk about that next week. In plans, I'll talk about it. So, here, let me give you a good close-up. So that is the Father Time band. And yes, you will notice this is on my roller frame. I mean, it's loosened now because I loosened it, but I know Miss Dina showed me on New Year's Eve how to load it. And I know generally how to load it, but I need how do I get it really tight? And I looked online. I didn't see a ton of tutorials, to be honest with you. So, Miss Joy Lisa, this is your fault. Miss Dina, this is your fault. If anyone has a YouTube channel that would like to do a video showing how you get it really taut, Miss Dina, that would be great. But yeah, I mean, I have it loosened now just because I'm not working on it, right? You loosen the Q snaps. But yeah, I like the size. I like the size a lot. And I really like it because I can reach the whole area without an a Q snap. You know how sometimes my grime guard will get in the way or whatever. So I do like it. Okay, so that's 25/7. Next up, so we are doing Bringo this month, which is why I have a lot to show you. So Bringo, in case you're new, is a game that we play during the month of January where we give prompts. This is in Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. We give prompts, Robin and I, and you make it fit, make your project fit. You develop your board, and I call the day before. I make the call for the next day, and you stitch 100 stitches or 1 hour. It's your choice. For me, I just stitch on the piece for the evening. So a stitching session for me is usually around 3 hours, not including the 25/7 piece. So I just work on that piece. You don't have to, but I just work on that piece. So I'm going to show you what I worked on with the prompts. But first up, let me show you my board. because I have my first Bringo. So here's my board. So everything with a purple X is completed. So here was my first Bringo. 13, that's the call for today. So I just kind of, highlight it when it's called. And then when I finish working on it, I will cross it off. Because you can make up, if you can't stitch every day, you can always make up, this goes through the 25th of January, but boards aren't actually due until midnight on the 31st of January. So you have time to finish up if you want to be entered to win prizes. If you don't want to be entered to win prizes, then it's just up to you. And you don't have to have a blackout. We have prizes for people who just get bingos. Like if I just wanted to stop now, I would get 1 entry. Or if you get, 2 or 3 bingos, you could get 2 or 3 entries. But we also have prizes for individual bingos and for blackouts. So that's what my board looks like. So I'm super excited to get my first Bringo. Okay, so our first call was a piece that you would take on vacation. So I had picked, this is Flower Burst Sampler. Sorry about the glare. And this is by Historical Sampler Society. And I started in the top middle. And I love it. It's just so pretty. I had a friend who had a baby in November. So I'm stitching this for her, for her baby, not really for her, but you know how that goes. And this is on a 32 count pastel lilac. It looks kind of white, but it's a very pale lilac color. And I love these flowers so much. So I just kind of continued on. I think from last time I got this in, I finished up this. I think I got that purple flower in because that was the color I was missing. And then I did this side as well. So that is Flower Burst Sampler. I love it. It is so, it's such a fun piece. And I just love anything floral. And I love the colors. Like they're not overly, who was it that commented and said, like, it's not childish, right? Like it's bright and the flowers are pretty, but it's not like a childish, which are cute too. Don't get me wrong. But like, I just think that is not the child name. That's just the sample. So I'll replace it with a name. So that was a piece that you would take on vacation. And that one I would take on vacation because it's fairly easy and straightforward. There is a bit of counting, but it's a fun piece. So next up was a piece from a magazine. So fun fact about the Magazine Monthly Challenge is that most things you don't have to stitch from a magazine. We encourage it. But you don't have to unless we specifically request it, such as in a prompt for Bringo, which is work on a piece from a magazine. And these can be whips or new starts, whatever you want. So my selection was Miniature Marvels, which is from the World of Cross Stitching. This is issue 315. This is what the cover looks like. And I love this one. This is designed by Jenny Vandeweel, and this is what it will look like when it's done. This is on my Year of Whips for this year, which is a group run through Melanie Watkins, the Soulful Stitcher. So it's not too late. It actually doesn't start till January 18th. I'm going to have to try to take my pictures today. But this is where I got to. So this is, again, a piece from a magazine. So I did this fence and this tree, this fence. And then in here, I finished up, I had some back stitching to do on the windows. I think last time I showed it, I only had this one done, or what I thought was done. I was like, you can't really tell. And then I realized I hadn't completed the back stitching. And so when I completed the back stitching, you could definitely tell that it's there. This is just a 28 count Dove Gray. So that is what I worked on. So there is, you can't quite see it. There's a border down here, but otherwise in terms of the scene, this is as low as we go. And then there's just like a, small border that goes along. It goes fairly quick. And then there's a big pond, which as you can tell, I'm kind of avoiding. There's a big pond in there. But this will come out. You'll see this a lot this year because I do want to get it done. It's not an overly huge piece. I mean, I'm making good progress and I think it's very doable. This is one of the ones that definitely I think I can get done for Year of Whips. So that was a piece from a magazine. Next, the next prompt was stitch on a piece that has the colors of your country's flag in it. And it could be all, so like I'm from the US, red, white, and blue. I know there's other countries that have red, white, and blue. It doesn't have to be all of the colors, just one of the colors. So I pulled out, this is 1544 Band Sampler by Works by ABC. This is a gift from my friend Andrea. And Garron Stitchery kitted it up, and they kitted it up in blues for me because blue is my favorite color. This is also on my Year of Whips to finish this year. This is on a 27 count blue banding. I'm not sure. And I am stitching it. So this is where I got to. So I finished this this band. I had a small start, maybe these two circles were done, and then I did the rest, and then I did that band, and then I started on the next one. I don't think it's going to be this long, but so this is where I got to. I'm stitching these with the threads that they kitted up for me, which is Chester's Blue Belsois. It's gorgeous. I love this piece. So again, that was the color of your country's flag. My country's flag has blue in it. So that's how I made that one work. Okay, next up was your smallest whip. So for my smallest whip, I chose Black Cat Season by Lindy Stitches. There are 6 charts. I am working on number 2. This is what number 2 will look like. And this is also on my Year of Whips to finish this year. This is called Black Cat Singing. But you can buy these charts either individually or you can buy all of them, whatever you want to do. I am stitching this on the called for 32 count Blackberry Latte by Grace Note Fabrics. Grace Note Fabrics. This is my needle minder, not a part of the chart. And this is number 2. I am stitching these, so the way it's designed is to be stitched on a long banner, like one chart below another, below another. I'm doing 3 across by 2 down. There's only 6 charts. So that is how I'm doing mine. I finished up the cat. So the cat was kind of midway up. And so I finished up the cat. And then I was a little nervous that I hadn't placed everything correctly. So I came down here. And this is not on the chart. This is a free border, she calls it, on her website, on Lindy Stitch's website. So I went down here to make sure everything lined up, and it did, because I figured if things don't line up, I could take out a row of, like, one of the rows of the fencing or something like that. But everything lined up, so I was very relieved. And then I started on the fencing, which I didn't quite get done. But that's where we're at on number 2. And then there's words. The words on this one is Black Cat Singing in the Dead of Night, which is so funny. And then the notes, the music notes. So that's where I'm at on that one. And that's the smallest whip. These are small. I mean, I'm counting it as one big whip, but the individual charts to make it work for me. These are 51 by 71, so they're not very big. Okay, next up was, the prompt was stitch on something with letter of your first or last name. So I'm Carolyn Zook. If you're here, you probably know that. So this is a new start. I had 2 new starts this week. So this is a new start. I'm stitching this with my friend Robin. I don't know if she started hers yet or not, but this is Nora Corbett. It's called Christmas. It is from the Christmas Eve Couriers series, and it is called Santa's Sleigh. And Corbett for Carolyn is how I made that fit. So that is this one. And I am stitching this on a 28 count Ice Blue Lugana. And this is where I got to. I did a center start, and all those holes you see, those are all going to be beads. All beads. So that's where we got to. So that one is really fun to work on. So I did a center start. So it's like right in here, this, what is it? I don't know if it's like a blanket or it's part of the sleigh, I guess. But like there's going to be beads. So that's kind of where I started. So that's a fun one. Next up is stitch on a piece that's monochromatic. And at first I was like, I don't have anything that's monochromatic. So clearly that means a new start. And then I realized as I was pulling out my new start, I have a piece called One Down, Three Across, which is by Long Dog, which is monochromatic as well. Did I work on that one? No, I made a new start. This is Quaker Christmas 2, Songs of the Season by Bygone Stitches. The cover picture is not great at all. So this is all in red, and then the song titles they have done in a green, blue spruce. So the called for is Gentle Arts. Current is the red, and blue spruce is the green. I'm doing mine all in red, and I'm doing mine in Vicki Clayton Silks. Just one color red the whole way through. It is called Perfect Red 6211/6215. This is what it will look like. It's very slightly variegated. You can kind of see there that there are some darker and some lighter spots, but it's very subtle. And oh my gosh, when I tell you I'm in love with this, I am so in love with this piece. I have never done an all red piece before. So this is where I got to. So this was last night. This is last night's stitch. Is that right? No, 2 nights ago. I know it was recent. So I just started in the upper left like I do. I got this first Quakers done, and then I had enough time to stitch this little stocking. So those 2 are done, and I love it. You can kind of see a little bit of variegation, but not a ton. This is on a 32 count vintage smoky white linen. I love it. This is the same fabric that I stitched Harbor Haven on. It's a very, very light modeling. I don't know if you can kind of see. Very light tan modeling, but very subtle. I thought it would be perfect for this. So that is Quaker Christmas 2, Songs of the Season. Then last night, what was called was work on something that's part of a series. So I pulled out Glitter Village. And you see I have it off the Q-snap because that was the last time I'm working on it for this month. But I finished number 6. So I'm caught up to where I should have been last year. So this is where we're at so far. And then I'll show you. It's very cute. It is cute. It is. I mean, I like the chart. I just don't like the fabric. It's very hard for me to see on. First of all, it's a linen, which is fine. I can handle a linen usually. It's just a little bit harder for me to stitch on than like an even weave. But then there's glitter in it as well. I mean, the glitter doesn't come off. It's like woven in. But so this is number 6 is the house. So I finished that up. I did this tree. This tree is fun. It's mostly Krynic with just some white around it. So I did that tree. I had to put the little dots in the border there, and then I had to finish up the snowflakes, and then that one was done. I haven't yet calculated how long number 6 took me, but I'll do that and tell you later. And then I still had a little bit of time while watching Dateline. So I started at number 7, which my goal was to finish number 7 this month. So I am a little behind of what my goal was, but that's okay. So I got the top scallop border done, and then these are trees sitting on top of a house. So I got a little start. But this is going away for this month, but you will see it later this year because it's going to be a finish. This is on my year of whips, or will be on my year of whips as a finish for this year. So we will get it done. This one also counted for, in the Magazine Monthly Challenge, we do a monthly theme and acrostic. The theme is To Grandmother's House, which Santa's sleigh counts for the theme, but I haven't finished the hours I said. That's why I didn't mention it. But To Grandmother's House is the theme, which isn't this perfect? A sleigh to Grandmother's house. And so my goal is 9 hours. When I do a new start, I try to get 9 hours of stitching in, which is about 3 days for me to have like a good start. That's for me. So that's the theme. And then the acrostic is sleigh. And so for the G in sleigh, it's SLEIGH. For the G, I put glitter house. And so I got that complete. That's everything I stitched on. I mean, I feel like I'm stitching a lot. Bringo, I don't know. I think I had 8 different projects. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 different projects on my Bringo board. And I don't think I worked on a single thing twice this week. Isn't that funny? So there you go. Okay, let's do, what is next? Haul. I have a little bit of haul and stitchy kindness to show you. So first up, my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop came in. This is the Classic Color Works January 2024 club. Aren't those colors gorgeous? They just do it alphabetically, but like, I love these colors together. I could see using these for something. Here are the color names if you want to grab them. Cottage Daisies, Cottage Garden, Country Lane, Crab Cakes, Creamy Peach, and Creeping Jenny. I just think they're gorgeous. They're very springy to me. I'm gonna have to figure out something. Like, I don't want to like take them out of the package because I kind of love them all together. So that came in the mail. Then I had a Christmas present that came in the mail from my friend Sam. And Sam always encourages my stitching. And she was actually the one who encouraged me to start my YouTube channel. She was like, just do it and just see what happens. So thanks, Sam. So she got me for Christmas this Mirabilia. It is called The Garden Party. It is gorgeous. So I love that. And then she got me, I am working on collecting a bunch of DMC. So she got me a box full of DMC colors that I did not have yet. You can see. So that will be fun to sort it and put it in my system, my storage system. So I got that. Thank you, Sam. That's really fun and very, very thoughtful. And those of you who have ever ordered floss from Joann's know how difficult their website is to navigate. She did Joann's website and she had to do it twice because something happened the first time she did it. And so she had to go back through and do it all again. And there's a ton of them in there. So that's dedication. That is dedication. So thank you, Sam. Then, this next one is Sarah's fault from Sarah from Stitching Mommy. She has showed this a couple of times now, and I'm like, it is gorgeous. It is another Northern Expressions needlework. It is a Twisted Christmas sampler. Now, this one just came out, I think, at the end of last year. This is just a computer-generated mock-up. This one does have specialty stitches. I do not know if they're going to come out with one that's all stitching like they do with the Twisted Band samplers. But we are planning on starting it in December if Sarah can wait that long. But I am telling you, when I say I am intimidated by it, like their charts are very good, but do you see this? That's done in 3 different colors. That's a round eyelet over 16 threads in 3 different colors. Now she does give you hints on how to make it easier. Like you, instead of using 3 colors, you could just use a red, white, and green variegated to floss. Some of these, like, I think these, I was looking through the chart earlier, these pinwheels are all specialty stitches in the 3 colors, which if you look really closely, you can see there's a green, a white, and a red. And she said, well, in the instructions, she said, you can just find a floss that has those 3 colors and just do it. But you're not going to get the same effect, right? So, and I guess there's a ton of beads on this one too. So I'm excited. I'm very nervous, but I'm excited. So I got that. Then I can't remember whose Flosstube I was watching. The Flosstube Stitcher, maybe? She showed these and I was like, yeah, I need these. Okay, let me say, I am not a patriotic stitcher. This is from Vifsters on Etsy. And oh my God, when I tell you I fell in love. This is Quaker Tiles USA Extended Flag. These are huge. They're all Quakers and they're all different. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, when I work on Happy New Year, that band that I just finished with like Father Time on that had a lot of over one stitching in it. And I kind of got to the point, don't quote me, I kind of got to the point where I was like, I could maybe do an over one stitching piece. Now, this one is huge. This is 410 wide by 210 high. And that would be so big. It says it would be on 32 count over 2, it would be 25 and a half inches wide by 13 inches high. That is huge. But if I did it 32 count over 1, well, it would be 28 count. 28 count over 1, it would be 14 and a half by 7 and a half, which is much more reasonable. So I'm contemplating it. I'm not going to start this until after I finish One Nation and E Pluribus Unum, which I have going right now as my non-patriotic stitches. But I got that. And so the reason why you might say, well, just do the big one. Well, but because I also got the Canadian one, because I am also Canadian. And then I didn't have time to print it, but I also got the Norwegian one because I am also, like my ancestors are from Norway. So you need to go. I will link this Etsy site below. They have so many. If you like Quakers, even if you don't like Quakers, there's other things on there. You will have so much fun going through their website. Vifsters, Vivsters, on Etsy. It's Vivian Powers. They're incredible. Like, I love everything on their website. And somehow I missed the Norwegian flag at first. And I was like, I don't know. I don't see it. So I messaged her and she wrote back right away and was like, yeah, here it is. And I was like, oh, that's great. I think I got another one from her too. Because, then they send you coupons and it's like, well, I have a coupon for 50% off. So anyway, check out their website. I will definitely leave a link down below for that. So that's everything for haul that I have right now. Well, and then my roller frame, which came in. But okay, let's do giveaways. So these giveaways are from 2 videos back from my 5-year anniversary Flosstube. So that's very exciting. So for these, email me your address at czukstitch@gmail.com and I will get these sent out. Weather pending. Like I don't know when I'll be able to get these sent out, but like I assume things are going to be fine by Tuesday, so I will try to get things sent out as soon as I get your addresses. But just give me a little bit of time depending on the weather. So first up, and I didn't bring mine over, but the sewing kit. The sewing kit. The first winner is Sally from Redwoods and Rain. So Sally, please send me your mailing address. Sally is from Northern California, which you can tell by the name of her YouTube name, which is Redwoods and Rain. So thanks, Sally. The other winner of the second sewing kit is Lynette Kinney. So Lynette, congratulations. I don't know if I have your address. I feel like I should have it, but can you email it to me just in case? That would be great. And then the charts. So, oh, my power just flashed. Be Ye Kind and True. The winner of this is Vicky Vasquez, 5610. So, Vicky, I need your address. Next up is Christmas Land. And the winner of this is Joyce Klauser, 3371. By Raise the Roof Designs. Next up is One Nation Under God Liberty by Twin Peaks Primitives, and the winner of this is Linda Hollingsworth. So Linda, I feel like I should have your address, but email me just in case, please. Next up is Praiseworthy Stitches. I'm going kind of fast because my power is flickering. And the winner of this is Deborah Pappas. So Deborah, congratulations. Next up is The Sampler Company by Brenda Keys. This is Iris and You Too. So Iris and You Too. Next up were two luminous fiber arts. And the winner of this is Beat and Crepe 291. It could be Beat and Crepe. They are from Austria, which, fun fact about me, I studied abroad in college many years ago in Salzburg in Austria. So please send me your address. I'll get this sent out to you. And last but not least, we have the 4 Quaker charts by Rosewood Manor. Kelly R. Lane won these. So Kelly R. Lane. So congratulations to all of the winners, and thank you all so much for supporting my channel and for being here. I really appreciate you all. I'm excited for what this year has to come. So plans, I'm going to work on Happy New Year for 3 more days until the 15th, and then for my 25/7 piece. And then I'm going to switch. So for Garan, the focus on a designer, which I'm going to try to do most months this year, the focus on the designer for this month is Lila Studio. And I am working on With the Needle too. So this is going to become my 25/7 piece. It's the only way I could fit it in with Bringo and everything else I'm trying to do. So let me show you where I'm at. I am working on the first block right there. So I will continue working on that. It is going to be a gorgeous piece. So that will come out, and that will be my 25/7 for the rest of this month. Then the call for today. So we called it last night, so we already know what it is. The call for today is the prompt was a piece that somebody else picks for you. And so my friend Candy from the 614 Stitcher picked Miniature Marvels. So that's a great one. So I am excited to work on that one. So I'll be working on that tonight, and then we'll see what the rest of the week brings for us. So that's everything I have. I'm hoping to get this uploaded before the power goes out, but we'll see what happens. It might be earlier in the week. I mean, you already know if you're seeing this early or not. But it is Saturday. It's about 12:30 on Saturday. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful week. Please stay safe and warm and cozy. I know like I said, there's weather all around. So please stay safe, everyone. And I will see you next week. Bye.